Chicken pie. I've been told I make the best chicken pie in the world. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's a good chicken pie. It's a really good chicken pie. I'm not sure if it's the best in the world, but I'm going to show you how to do it today. So we have chicken thigh fillets. I'm going to use 8 of them. To me, it's the tastiest part. I could use chicken breast, but chicken breasts, it's easy to go dry and there's not an awful lot of flavour in it. That's where the flavour is, in the thighs. Mushrooms. And I've got 2 shallots, 2 stalks of celery, 2 small carrots, and then I've got a little bit of thyme, fresh thyme, and fresh parsley. I've also got chicken stock, half a litre. Half a litre? Yeah, half a litre. So we'll just get these chopped up first. New knife this week. This is Nakiri and it's from ProCook. Really cheap, absolute bargain in the sale, but such a nice knife from ProCook. So I think it's from their basic range, but a nice knife. I mean, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just, you know, if something's good, I'd like to give them a little shout out. So a little bit of vegetable oil. And then we're going to add the carrots, the shallots and celery. I just want to start to soften these. Right, then we're going to add chicken. And you really want to brown the chicken. Plenty of colour in it, because that's just going to get more flavour from the chicken. I'll add a touch more oil. I'm getting a nice colour on that now. Don't try and do this bit too quick. Make sure you do get a nice colour on the chicken. Really going to help the flavour. Then I'm just going to add a little splash of masala. You don't have to do this, but it adds a certain sweetness to the flavour of the pie. I think it works really well. So we can just deglaze the bottom of that pan with that. That's looking good. So just turn that down a little. Now I'm going to go with salt and pepper. And I'm going to add the chopped thyme. And then the mushrooms. And then we'll add parsley. And the stock. So just bring that to the boil again, and then we're going to turn it down to a simmer, and it wants to simmer for about half an hour, maybe even 40 minutes. So that's been simmering for half an hour. First thing to do is just have a little taste. Yep, that seems good. So all I'm going to do now, I'm just going to thicken the sauce a little bit. So corn flour mixed in a little bit of water. We'll just add that, stir it in. That looks good. Just get it not too thick, because it will thicken up a little bit more when you're cooking the pie. And then we'll just cook that out for another 5 minutes. If you're ever adding flour to something, just cook it a little bit further. So we'll cook it 5 minutes, then we're going to let this totally cool till it's cold. Rough puff pastry, my favourite pastry in the whole world. And it's so easy to do. And it's sort of buttery, flaky, crispy, yummy. Oh, it's just the best. So how do we make it? Just like this. So we've got equal parts butter and plain flour. I've got 500 grams, 2 teaspoons of salt, and water, depends, we'll just add it until it's right. So salt in the flour, bit of a mix in. Butter wants to be really cold, just out of the fridge. Colder the better, and the water wants to be really cold as well. Add the butter. There are different methods for this. I think this is the easiest and probably the best. Then we're just going to coat all of that butter with the flour. Just make sure that all the cubes are broken up. I've done it in sort of like 10mm-ish, half-inch cubes. So fairly small. I think some people sort of grate it and stuff like that, but sounds like messy, hard work. Fairly stuck these together this time. You'll see this in, what did I use it in? Beef Wellington, in that video, check that out. And also in the steak and Guinness pie, I used it for that, which was so nice, so nice. So you can check that one out as well. But watch this one first, otherwise you don't know how to, well, you do know how to make the pastry because I showed you in there, but just watch to the end. Give us a like and a subscribe maybe. Yeah, I've got lots of good stuff to come, promise. Right, that's all coated and all the lumps are just about separated. There we go. Now add the water, just steady with the water though. A little bit at a time. So if you go too far, it'll be too wet and then you're gonna have to start adding more flour and butter. So nice and steady with it. And we're just gonna start to sort of squeeze it together. So once all that flour is combined, just get it onto the work surface. And all we're doing for the minute is just sort of pushing it together. Just get it into like a rectangle shape. It looks a little bit gnarly and cracked and rough. Don't worry about that. Right, then we'll just wrap that in cling film. Yeah, stuck to the board. Nice and tight. Just seal it up. And then you've got a choice. You can put it in the fridge for 20 minutes, half an hour. Or you can do like I do and just put it in the freezer 5 minutes. And all you're doing is you're keeping that cool, the butter cool. You're stopping it melting. That's why I'm going to cool it down through the stages. Right, so that's nice and chilled. A little bit of flour on the work surface. And a little bit on the flour. Get it on there. Right, then what we're going to do, I'd say roll, but it's not really roll because you just, at this point you've just got to press. I want to try and keep a nice rectangular shape. Then I'm going to bring in a third, fold in a third, and then the other third fold back. So you're getting 3 layers. Just squish that together. A little bit more flour. And then same again. And then just fold in a third, fold the other third, turn it 90 degrees, a little bit more flour, just going to do that one more time. It's a matter of just keeping enough flour so your rolling pin isn't sticking, and so it's not sticking to the work surface. Because the idea is you want to keep this butter covered in the dough at all times. Square that up. And then fold it in. So that's 3 times that we did that. And then just get it formed into a nice square rectangle. And then we're going to wrap it, and it's going to go back in the freezer for another 5 minutes. And I'm going to repeat that process 3 more times. So a total of 4 times of folding, and you're doing 3 folds each time. So it takes half an hour to make this pastry. And what you'll find as you go on, each time you do it, that butter will start to be more combined with the dough, with the pastry. So you'll sort of lose them little blobs of butter. You won't see them. It'll be one smooth pastry. And that is the point when it's ready. So in the freezer, another 5 minutes. So this will be the 4th time that we've done this, and the final time. A bit of flour. So what you'll start to see now is that the dough is fairly clear. There isn't patches of butter. So that's when you know it's ready. And we'll fold that for the last time. So what I like to do now is just sort of pinch that together. The ends and the side. And touch of flour. And that's it finished. So that can then go in the fridge, and it's ready to use. You could just roll it out and use it now. You can go in the fridge, and probably somewhere 3 to 5 days, it'll be okay. The longer you leave it in the fridge, it'll start to darken up a little bit. But it's more than likely you're going to be using it straight away or the day after anyway. Right, let's make some pies. Our pastry, which is nicely chilled. Flour the surface quite a bit because it's going to be fairly big. And the pastry. And the rolling pin. Right, roll this out. So I've worked out we roughly need a piece about the size of that plate. So what we'll do, we'll get the width to 2 of them plates. Yep, and then we'll roll it that way. And we're looking to get a thickness of about 1/8 of an inch, 3 millimeters. I mean, when I'm saying measurements of things, like millimeters. To all you guys in the US, you must use millimeters as well. just comment below and let us know. A bit thick there. Put a hole in it. Never mind, it's fine. So I need four plate size. What have we got? Don't want to cut into me work surface, I'll go gently. There we go. And I think what I'll do is, before I carry on, I'll just check that. So these are the tins that I'm using, these little loose bottom things, little cute things. Perfect for a pie, perfect for a pie. So a little bit of cooking oil spray. And then get our pastry and just feed it in. Probably a touch on the big side to the plate, but I'd rather have it a little bit bigger rather than tight for size. So just squish it around the inside of the tin and make sure that you're right into that bottom corner. There's no air in there. You want a nice perfect sort of corners, bottom corners to the pie. Yeah, that'll be good. Right, so we'll carry on with that plate size. Right, that's good. Now the filling. So filling is nice and chilled. And we'll just fill these up. Really squash it down into the bottom corners. Right, the tops. I haven't got anything the exact size, so I'm just using this bowl and I'm going to cut sort of 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch bigger. That'll be right. A little bit of egg wash around the top. I say egg wash, I always use egg yolk and milk. I think it works better. And when we come to egg wash the top, you just get a nice colour. These are like golden yolk eggs, so beautiful colour. Right, so if we just feed that in, I want it to go right down onto the filling. We're getting more or less getting all of the air out of there. That's pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is just cut along like that. I think what I want to do is, I did want like a lip. Yeah, we'll just go a little squish. Yep. Little breather cut in the top. Chicken pie. Let's do the other three. So just a thin layer of egg wash on these. Otherwise it'll get like a big pool sort of sitting in the bottom. So nice thin layer. So next, preheat your oven to 108 degrees C, and these will go in for around about 35 minutes, possibly a little bit more, but not, I wouldn't go over 40. And if you find that they're starting to brown too much on the tops, just cover them with a little bit of tin foil at that point, if you think they're the perfect colour, and then they'll carry on cooking without sort of browning that top anymore. There we go, chicken pies. See, I've said this before in my other pie video, which was steak and Guinness pie. Go and have a look at that video. It takes you back to watching films like Oliver Twist, Charles Dickens films, where it's like proper pies, deep filled, good, just looking perfect pies. They've got to look good. It's got to taste fantastic, I know, because I've done this loads of times. But we'll let them cool just for 5 minutes, and then we'll take them out of the tins, and we'll get into one so you can have a look. Chicken pies. I mean, look, Oliver Twist. Good looking pies. Right. See what's inside. Probably chicken. No, not the best knife to use. Cold winter's day. You get in chicken pie, bit of buttery mash, a couple of carrots on there. You just can't beat it. I mean, you could get this ready, get everything ready on a Sunday, and then do it on a Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday, midweek meal. Just perfect. Got your flaky buttery pastry, your succulent chicken. It tastes so good. It's up there on my favourites, this one. Chicken pie, give it a go.